Generational talent with potential to succeed Wayne Rooney and Robin van Persie. A goal on his senior debut for Man United, endorsed by Lionel Messi himself. This isn't a ChatGPT-generated description of Marcus Rashford. This is a story about another Man United striker who was destined for big things, but only found his place in England's lower divisions. And by the way, Marcus Rashford has something to do with it. James Wilson was once regarded as another top talent in Man United's youth ranks. He was selected as one of the players backed by Messi, an Adidas campaign that saw young talented players around the world receive new Messi boots. Aged only 18, Wilson made his Premier League debut in the most fascinating manner.
Fellaini nods it down. Oh, brilliant strike from Wilson! Dream debut! James Wilson!
Scoring two beautiful goals in a 3-1 win over Hull City in May 2014. Interim manager at the time Ryan Giggs praised the striker. He's a natural goal scorer, but he's got more to his game than that. He can run at people, he's got pace, and he is a clever player. Giggs wasn't offered the permanent job, but stayed at Old Trafford as a Louis van Gaal assistant. The change didn't affect Wilson because the legendary Dutchman believed Wilson would go on to do great things, far exceeding Danny Welbeck, who was let go. As a testament to this belief, Wilson's stock continued to rise. He made 17 senior appearances and scored 2 goals in 2014-15. Louis van Gaal believed in me and played me as much as he could, confirmed Wilson years later. I was training with the first team every day and I thought I was progressing well. A loan move to Brighton for the second half of the following season saw Wilson find the target a respectable 5 times in 25 championship games. But who knows how his career at Old Trafford would have developed if he hadn't gone. Because just a few months after he joined Brighton, Man United were hit by an injury crisis. Louis van Gaal was left with no options up front for the Europa League clash against Danish club Midtjylland. Anthony Martial was meant to play that game, but he got injured in the warm-up. The only remaining option in the squad was 18-year-old Marcus Rashford. Van Gaal took a gamble and was rewarded with a brace from Rashford on his first Man United appearance. 3 days later, Rashford scored against Arsenal on his Premier League debut. By the end of that season, Rashford scored twice as many goals as Wilson had in 2 years' time. Getting into United's starting 11 got a bit more complicated for James Wilson, and if the competition against his amazing peer wasn't enough, he suffered an ACL injury on loan at Derby County and missed the year. Wilson later recalled those years. I wanted to get out of my comfort zone on loan at Brighton, and while I was there, Rashford came through. I came back and never really got that chance again. Injuries were also a big thing. Losing precious years of development damaged Wilson as a footballer. He embraced more and more loan opportunities but couldn't hit double figures for goals, even though he stayed injury-free. When League 2 side Salford City doesn't offer you a new contract, you know it's not the best outcome. But Wilson's isn't a sad story, at least we'd love to think so. The former Man United prodigy found his place at Port Vale. In 2021-22, he scored 15 times in all competitions, helping the team get promoted to League 1. He hasn't been as prolific in the third flight, but he keeps playing for Port Vale, a team that has been on the rise for some time. Although he left the club in May 2023, he rejoined 2 months later on a short-term deal. New manager Andy Crosby firmly believes in James Wilson, who scored in each of his first 2 league starts of the 2023-24 season. "I love being back," said Wilson upon his goal-scoring return. You know, we often see footballers as pinnacles of success because they can afford so much. But for every Marcus Rashford, there are dozens like James Wilson. And for every James Wilson, there are thousands who couldn't make it to the professional level. In October 2022, Wilson shared the following message on social media. "Today is World Mental Health Day. I, like so many others, have a constant battle with myself. Over the years, the many ups and downs that football brings have impacted my mental health, and there's been times where I didn't know whether I could or should continue. The last year has been a testament that those thoughts will pass and things will get better. Although those feelings may not disappear, the joy will return and things will get easier. If you are reading this and struggling, please know that you're not alone. Take the time today to check up on those close to you or those you haven't heard from for a while. There is always a way out of even the darkest of times. And on this uplifting note, we finish. Like this video if you enjoy stories like this so more people could see it. Please subscribe to the channel and hit the bell icon, and see you in other videos.